إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى.
The thing is that they tried to, rather than trying to just imitate the Quran in its eloquence and its structure, they ended up trying to fight him. So rather than try to falsify his message by writing it, imitating it, that they chose to fight him. So it's quite powerful. Yes. So this is the reason why we believe the Quran is divine, because it cannot be imitated. So the smallest chapter in the Quran, it is 3 sentences. In these 3 sentences, there are approximately 50 grammatical devices, simile, hyperbole, metaphor, in approximately 15 words. Yes. So this is the smallest chapter in the Quran. It's about 15 words. Surah Al-Kawthar, yeah? It's very short. So this is the reason why we believe the Quran is divine. Also, the Prophet Mohammed made prophecies and they came true. Because he has limited knowledge, he cannot know the future. For example, the Prophet Muhammad said that there will come a time in the future where these barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers, there will come a time in the future where they'll compete in building tall buildings. Okay. Yeah. So he said, this has happened in Arabia, yes? Yeah. So where is the tallest building in the world?
Sorry?
Where is the tallest building in the world?
Dubai.
Dubai, yes? Yeah. What's it called? You know?
I'm not sure.
It's called the Burj Khalifa.
Oh yeah, the Burj Khalifa, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Now there is a building that they are trying to build in Saudi Arabia called the Kingdom Tower. So now they are competing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now the Prophet Muhammad specifically said these barefooted Bedouin shepherds, they were shepherds. They only found oil in 1966. Yes. And he said that they will compete in the building of tall structures. Yes. What's your name?
Nirupama.
Nirupama.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name Abu Hajar. Yes.
Okay.
So how does he know this?
You just told me.
Yes. How can he intellectually? How can he predict the future like this? What do you think? He's saying he's a prophet. Yes.
Visions, I guess.
He's a divine knowledge.
Divine knowledge.
Yeah. That Allah gave him that knowledge. Therefore, he's a true. Would you agree that he's a true prophet?
Sorry?
Would you agree that he's a true prophet?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The logic of it definitely does make sense.
Yeah. So, like, have you ever thought about following a religion or finding the truth?
I'm not very sure about following a religion, but definitely finding the truth. And I do believe that there is a lot of truth to religion. So, yeah.
But there has to be evidence. If the logic is there and it makes sense, then we have to accept. Maybe we have something ourselves that we don't want to follow religion because we feel that that religion restricts you. Why do you don't want to follow religion?
I'm not really sure. I think I was also a little bit disillusioned with my own religion, and you know the political climate of India.
Yes.
And the rise of the Hindutva and all kinds of oppressions that are in Hinduism itself.
Yes.
Sort of like definitely drew me away from the religion. And yeah.
Yes, the caste system itself.
Definitely.
I think India has struggled with the caste system for like many years.
Thousands of years. Definitely.
Thousands of years, where there is people that are till this day in India called the Dalits.
Definitely, yeah.
And they're not allowed to be touched, and they do. And it's shocking to me that they have accepted being lowest in society, and they do specific jobs in society that others would not do. Like for example, like bangi, scavenging and stuff like this. So this is something that we would know that this is falsehood. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad said in an authentic narration, he said that a black man is not superior than a white man, and a white man is not superior than a black man. An Arab is not better than a non-Arab, and a non-Arab is not better than an Arab, right? Apart from piety and a good action.
I think that's something that also infuriates a lot of white people.
Sorry?
I think that
Yes.
that part of also
Yes.
makes a lot of white people angry. Like the guy who was
Yes. I think it's some people are racist,
yeah,
but we're saying that Islam is not like this.
yeah,
That in our differences, we are taught in Islam that in our differences, in our different, there is a beauty in our differences, and that doesn't separate us. That brings us closer together,
definitely. Yeah.
and that's how we see it as Muslims, right? So there are a lot of things in Hinduism that a lot of people become disillusioned and they move away from it. What other things did you dislike about Hinduism that you kind of?
I mean, there are things that I do really like about Hinduism also, but nothing that is persuasive enough for me to be a, non-questioning adherent of the religion, I would say.
Yes, anyone that has intellectual capability would question Hinduism, like critical thinking. Like critical thinking, people do not do it; they just blindly follow it. Islam, you can critically think. If you read the Quran, Allah says, "Afala taqilun," do you not reason? "Afala tadabbarun," do you not reflect? Right?
Yeah.
So reflecting and reasoning is encouraged by Allah because you can find the truth like this, right? So thanks so much for your time, but we're saying that Islam is the truth because of the intellectual basis. We could critically analyze Islam, and it holds up to scrutiny. Yes. So, like for example, the Quran hasn't changed. Like intellectually, if the Quran hasn't changed, then it's reliable. Yes. Secondly, the concept of God makes sense. Is a God worthy of worship? Allah is not a man or a woman, a tree or a statue. Whatever I can visualize, it's not God. It makes sense. That God, Allah cannot be seen in this life. The Quran has a falsification test. Find a contradiction. Imitate it. The Prophet Mohammed made prophecies that came true. If he has limited knowledge in the past, he cannot know the future. Yes, the Prophet predicted Islam will spread. He said to India. Yes,
Yeah.
he specifically said Hind. Yes, how can you know 7th century? He said Syria. He said East and West. He said Syria. He said Yemen. He said all these places. Yes, so he is specifically talking about prophesizing that Islam would reach every house. This is one man that was in Arabia, and they were pagans, and he said to worship Allah alone and not to associate any partners with him. And then Islam spread to the east and the west. Now Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world.
Yeah.
People are accepting Islam because it intellectually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. So do your research. Look for the evidences, because Allah says in the Quran, "Hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqin," that if you are truthful, bring your evidence. So we have a multitude of evidences for Islam. Yes, inshallah, I'll give you one. I thank you so much for your time, inshallah.
Thank you so much, and more power to you. And I don't think I've seen this kind of patience with very hostile people in anywhere else. So more power to you, and keep doing what you do. Thank
As
you
a
so
Muslim, because I have the truth, people's behavior does not affect me. Because I know that people dislike the truth. Secondly, the Prophet Muhammad was forbearing. When someone became angry with him, he would become even more kinder. The Prophet said, "Rizq," that being gentle, that it beautifies something.
Thank you so much.
Right? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى